All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Dave Moses. I'm a writer and hypnotist, and I live in Vancouver. With me today is my very, very special guest, Laura O'Brien, who is an artist that I've known for a number of years. And she posted a comment on recently when I put up a video about self-hypnosis. And she said, I was trying to do this, and there was something that was bugging me in the thing. And instead of making a whole new video that would simply address that comment, I said, why don't I run this self-hypnosis session with you so that everything is clear? And then we're going to share this with you in case you want to go through it. All right. Are you ready, Laura?
I'm ready.
Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Okay. And if you have any questions as we go along, you can ask them.
Okay.
So we're going to go through, before we begin, I'm going to just skip through those 7 steps that we had talked about before, just so that we know what we have. And then I'll go through it with you once, and then you can do it yourself so that you go, oh, right, I've got this.
Okay.
All right. So step number 1 is to have that nice quiet place.
Yep.
Okay. So you can sit there. And typically, as you put your feet on the ground and your hands, sort of nice and relaxed. You don't have to do that right at this moment, but when you do that, that will be something that you can do when the time comes. And also, you and I had talked before that maybe we'll use a pencil instead of both hands down and relaxed at your side. I'm going to give you a choice. Number 2 is setting an intention. So it's really good before we start, or one starts their self-hypnosis, to go, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Am I trying to relax? Am I trying to get ready to do something? Am I trying to, have a different kind of experience? So have you set yourself an intention?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now, I'm also going to ask you, have you framed it in a positive way?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because it's, again, for the folks that are listening, it's important that you want to frame your outcome in a positive way. It's not like you don't want it to make it so like, oh, I don't want to feel like this, or I don't want to do this. Frame it in a positive way. So, for example, for me, I want to stop eating cupcakes 5 times a day. Instead, I want to have a healthier lifestyle. I want to eat more nutritionally, something like that. Number 2.
Can I tell you mine?
If you'd like to, yeah, sure.
Because I'm not sure now if mine is framed in a positive way or not after you said that. So I want to complete projects to like an ultimate finish. So I don't know if that's kind of the...
No, I think that's great. That is the thing that has it going for it, is that you go, I have projects that I want, and I want to complete them. And maybe I want to complete them before moving on to something else. Or
not necessarily, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so that's terrific. And then, are there suggestions that you want to add to that? We're going to be going up when we come to that time to deliver those suggestions to yourself. There might be ways that you want to do that. You're going to want to complete them in a timely way. You want to enjoy yourself while you're doing it. You want to, if there's something specific around the completion of those tasks, like I want to take more risks when I do it, or I want to pay more attention to details. Do you know what I mean? If there are little particular nuances or particular qualities that you want surrounding that sort of general intention of finishing my projects.
Yeah.
Like I want to do it faster, or I want to do it. I want to not be distracted. And again, that's where example I would say I wouldn't put in not be distracted. I would put and be able to concentrate easier, to focus more finely.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And again, and it's great if it's in your own words rather than my words, because those words will resonate more with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Number 3, is it 3 or 4? 4. The breathing. Oh, or the object of fixation. Yeah. So we're going to come back to that in a second. So that object that we're going to fixate upon, because that is sort of, it's tied into that, what we'll call the hypnosis part of this whole self-hypnosis thing. The other thing is breathing. And again, people underestimate the power of breathing. I've just been doing, I know this sounds insane, but I've been researching breathing a lot lately and the importance of breathing. And also having come back out of, or, approaching the end of COVID, like some of our breathing habits have changed like really profoundly with, not with just with masks, but just not being able to take those nice deep breaths. So it's a good thing for the breathing to go in through the nose, hold it for a moment, and then exhale. So I'll just demonstrate. It's just nice and slow. And typically, if it was just concentrating on the breathing, I would just use my nose in and out. But for the self-hypnosis, I like to articulate my my intention of going deeper as I exhale. So I'll go, and then as I'm exhaling, I'm imagining that word like deeper, or more relaxed, or more focused. And I'm just saying that to myself, going, and sometimes you can just say hypnosis. I've seen people just say hypnosis, hypnosis, hypnosis. And sometimes that works for people too. I like just deeper and deeper, because I want to bring my attention and awareness deeper inside me so I can get that hypnosis feeling. But you can adjust and find your own words. So 3 times for that. And then after on the 3rd breath, you're going to close your eyes and just allow that feeling of awareness, that whether it's you're focusing on that fixating on that object or that palm or that feeling, that you're just going to allow yourself to go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, and then repeat until hypnotized, essentially. But it's usually, you're going to know that feeling when it happens. I know that's may not be a helpful description, but we'll go through it, and then you'll say, "Oh, I don't know," or "Yeah, I get that feeling." And then finally, when you're down there, you're going to deliver your suggestions, which those suggestions that you're going to deliver.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, you're going to deliver them. And you'll just basically, you'll have deliver those to yourself. And again, if I'm by myself, sometimes I say them out loud, but right now, I used to say them out loud when I started, but now I can just say them to myself. I know what I'm going to say. And then I just say that, and then I count myself up. And by count myself up, I'm literally counting myself up. 1, I'm coming back to the room. 2, I'm taking a nice deep breath. 3, I'm getting ready for whatever it is that you're going to be doing. And you can use that as an opportunity to give yourself more suggestions on the way up. So I'm coming back, I'm feeling, energized and excited about the rest of my day. Or I'm feeling calm and relaxed and looking forward to a nice, quiet evening. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you can deliver more there. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So now I said that we're going to come back to this sort of object of fixation.
Okay.
So, and this is, I think, what most people, when they're thinking about self-hypnosis, are sort of sticking on. That this is where they go, am I hypnotized? Am I having that experience? And I just want to give you a couple of examples of things that you could do, and then we'll pick something that you're going to do. So for example, you could just easily, and again, you can give these words to yourself, but you can just look, for example, Laura, just look at at the wall opposite you there. If there's a wall opposite, just a little higher than your eye line, and you can just keep your head facing me. Yeah, but now just look up with your eyes there, and then just pick a point there and focus on it. Just focus all your attention on it. That's right. Really, really focus on that and allow, that's right, and allow that attention to, that's right. And you're going to feel something in your eyes. It might be a stingingness. It might be, you know, a sort of a tiredness of the muscles around the eyes. And if you feel that, or when you feel that, you can allow those eyes to close. That's right. There. Great. Okay. And now you can take a deep breath in and open those eyes now. So there you go. That's one way to fixate. How did that feel?
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that's great. So that's an example of just a simple sort of keeping your face forward, allowing your eyes to go up above your eye line just a bit, or maybe a lot if you really want to have that sensation. And if you have this, if you're holding this posture, your eyes will respond accordingly. They'll get a little stingy. The eyelids will get tired, and they will enjoy that sensation when the eyelids close. And you can follow that. I'm going to describe it as following that feeling down. So that when that feeling that you had when your eyelids closed, and you go, oh, that feels good to close those eyes. And you go, that's right. And you can allow that feeling, just allow that feeling to go down deep inside you. And whether you want to call it a sense of relaxation or a sense of release or whatever it is, you just follow that feeling and allow that feeling to spread through your self, your awareness. So there's an example.
Okay.
Here's another one. This is a classic. This is a classic one. It's called magnetic fingers. You might have done this in school grade, but you take your hands in front of your arms are in front of you, right? Stretch out in front, clasp the palms together, nice and tight. There you go. Bend your elbows like you're making desperate prayer. There you go, right all the way up. And now don't do it just yet, but in a second, I'm going to ask you to put your first fingers, your index fingers out in front of you and stare, not at me, but at the space between those fingers. All right. And now look at it as those fingers come together, closer and closer, like two magnets drawing those fingers closer together. That's terrific. Now you can try to separate them now. That's right. That's right. And now keep those and then watch how they keep coming together. All right, now really try this time to hold them apart. Laura, try to really take them apart and find you can't.
Wow, that's so
hard.
Cool.
Okay, so that's great. That's a great sensation. And now that feeling that you have now, you can close your eyes and follow that feeling down. It's the exact same thing as you focus with your eyes. You can follow that feeling down with those fingers.
Yeah,
so
that's
again, you can do that yourself.
Cool.
All right, so that's an interesting feeling, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. Now I'm going to give you a third one just because it was something we had talked about and something I had shown in the video before is using a pencil. But I know you're an artist, so you might use a pencil or a pen or a brush. Let's say you were trying to get to work or something like that. You might use I like a pencil or a pen, even though I write on a laptop. For me, I go, oh, that's a symbol for me of getting to work, writing that pen and paper. So in this one, again, you can just hold that in your hand. I'll hold this up so the camera can see it. I'm just holding it in my hand the way that you do. Oh, that's great. So, and now I want you just to focus on that pencil in your hand. Now focus your attention on that now, and focus on the place or the places where that pencil meets your hand. Those little places, those little points of contact. And really focus your attention on those points of contact until such a time as you cannot tell where the pencil ends and your fingers begin. Whatever that means to you. That's right. And when you have that feeling, you can just allow your eyes to close, where you don't even know quite. That's right. There, that's great. Perfect. And now, while you're here, Laura, I'm going to give you a suggestion that your hand is going to come down with that pencil, but only as quickly as you are ready to get to work. So as slowly as possible, but as quickly as you are ready to get to work. And one of those things I would like to also have happen is I would like that pencil to turn in your hand in such a way that it's going to be ready to do that work. There we go. And I don't, okay, that's great, 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 great. All right, allow that hand to come down now, all the way down. And when it gets down to the desk or your lap or whatever it is, you can allow yourself, your eyes to open, and we can chat a little bit more. So interesting about this. So there's another element that you can add. How is that, by the way?
That's cool. It's very strange. It's really strange, but cool, and not in a bad way. Which
Yeah,
is like,
no, it is just like, it is just that kind of feeling of,
yeah,
how would you describe it?
like almost like nothing, but like a floating nothing.
Oh, nothing but a floating nothing. I love it. That's great. So the only thing I'm going to add to that, and I'm just going to come back so you can see it more clearly, is that and just while you were drifting down there, I wasn't expecting you to drift so quickly, but there's another element that I had to my thing, which is as I said, okay, now I want that arm to come down, but only as quickly as you're ready to go to work. And then the other thing that I will add to you as we go through it is that I go, and I want not you, not me, I want my subconscious or my unconscious. I want that other part of me to move my hand. Like, so twist my wrist so that by the time it reaches the bottom, it is down and ready to go. Now, and it's interesting, I don't know if you had that I noticed that the hand came up and that, you know, that pencil was in and ready to go, but I don't know if you have had that experience yet. And just before we do it and go all the way through it, I want to give you that experience right now with your eyes open so that you'll be able to have that experience right now. So just hold that pencil up. So we had talked just a little bit before about having honest unconscious movement as one of the sort of signals that lets us know that we're sort of in our hypnosis. And I, as a writer, I know that there are useful fictions that help us do other things. And one of the useful fictions in hypnosis is that we have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. I think a large amount of the population goes, oh no, that's true, we do. But I think that science is sort of slowly replacing that model with something else. But for our purposes, for the purposes of hypnosis, let us act as if there is a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And the conscious mind is that part of us that is responsible for voluntary movements. So I'm dropping the pen, I'm picking the pen up, I'm putting it down, I'm adjusting my cap. Those are all sort of like voluntary, conscious movements. But in order to get into our hypnosis, it's really useful for us to have an unconscious, apparently unconscious and involuntary movement that allows us to have that sort of experience. And I'd like you to have that for yourself right now, okay? Is that something you're open for?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So I want you to, again, we're going to go back to holding that pencil in your hand. And I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes this time. On the contrary, I'm going to ask you to focus your attention on the hand, just like you did before, and sort of focus on that, those parts where your hand and the pencil touch. And if you can get in touch with that part of you that doesn't know where the pencil ends and your fingers begin, if you can get there, I would like to ask your unconscious. So without any volition on your part, Laura, I would like to ask Laura's unconscious to know that it's here and is ready to play and have a good time by slowly moving that pencil. I don't want Laura to move it. I want Laura's unconscious to move it just a little bit so that it's pointing away from her. Again, so this might take it might be slow, it might be quick, it might be smooth, it might be in little jerks. But at one point, I just want Laura's unconscious just to let us know that it's here by moving that pencil. That's right. That's good. That's right. Now focus all of that attention, all that awareness right there on the hand. And tell yourself, I want my unconscious to move that pencil. There we go. That's right. I know, and it's when it happens, it's an incredible experience. That was my first experience of hypnosis was a variation of this moment here.
Wow. That's weird.
It's weird and it's beautiful. It's you have this sort of secret, I find it sort of like having a secret ally that's there. And we'll have more fun with that later. But if you want to use that as part of your practice, you don't need me here for you to experience that. You can have that yourself, and it's good. The other thing that's nice about it is that it took a moment or two for you to make that connection. So it wasn't like you go that it was something that sort of happened to you, and we were talking about how to change doings into happenings.
Yeah.
So, and again, just for the folks at home, this isn't something that you and I had agreed upon beforehand or something like that. This was a genuine experience for you. That's great. It's beautiful.
That's very cool.
No, it is. It's an experience I love. I love to have it. All right. And that just for any hypno geeks that are watching, that is, of course, Bob Burns, a variation of Bob Burns' The Swan, which you will definitely want to check out on YouTube. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you. Now we have all the elements in place there, Laura. So,
okay.
And we're just going to go through them one at a time. And have you decided which sort of what you would like to do in terms of your object of fixation?
So like I choose something in the room to watch, or I choose something on your screen on like
Or no,
the
it's something that you'll be able to do. Like you can use your pencil like you did
okay.
and bringing your hand down. You can,
Yeah.
pick that point on the thing. You could, on the wall, you can bring your fingers together and having those fingers touch, and that inability to take them apart. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can choose any one of them. Which would you like?
I'll choose the pencil.
Okay, that's great. All right, so we'll just go through. So you're getting yourself, it's whatever time of day that you want. You finally gotten 5 minutes of quiet, which you don't want to waste. So you've got yourself seated in a chair. Let's say your feet are on the floor. You're so nice and relaxed. And for this part, we're going to use the pencil. So one hand is down on your lap or something. The other hand, like if you're, and you could do this at a desk, or you could do it sitting, whatever it is that's comfortable for you. So you can just hold that up so that you can focus your attention on it, Laura. So there it is. So you've set your attention. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do it. I want to get my projects finished. That's what I'm going to focus on today, finishing my projects. So you're going to take your 3 deep breaths in, nice and slow. And you're going to just focus on that pencil. That's right. Nice and slow, deep breaths. That's right. That's great. And then the 3rd breath in, the eyes will close. And you're going to tell yourself, that's right. I want that arm to go down. I want to feel that that arm. I want that arm to go down only as quickly as I'm ready to get these projects finished. And you can tell yourself, I want that pencil to move in an honest, unconscious movements. That way I'll know I'm ready to deliver those suggestions to myself. Or I want that arm to go down just as quickly as I'm ready to go. And then when it's down, you go, great. All right. I can't quite see off the camera, but I'm going to assume that it's pretty close to down there. And you can nod and let me know, is it down? Okay. So now I just want you to give yourself a that's right. I want you to go deeper and deeper now. Deeper and deeper. Now you've kind of had this, you've kind of gone through this already as you brought that down, that deepener that you have. But again, it doesn't take that much time. Once you get into this space, you can do it really easily. And when you feel like you're in that state of nice focused awareness, you can go, that's great. And then you can start delivering yourself your suggestions. You are going to finish your projects. You're going to get one finished up before you move to the next one. I'm going to get a great feeling of satisfaction when I finish those projects. I'm going to be able to do it easily and effortlessly. Any suggestions that you want to deliver for yourself to create that positive experience and to achieve that goal clearly stated. And let yourself know what you're expecting. And I'm expecting that you're going to be able to do this right away. I'm expecting you're going to be able to do this from now on. And then when you're finished delivering those suggestions to yourself, you're going to go, that's great. And now I'm going to count up and I'm going to come back into the room feeling refreshed. And in this case, give yourself the suggestion that I'm going to be able to hypnotize myself easily and effortlessly as I do this the next time. And every time I do this, it's going to be easier and easier for me to do. Give yourself that as you count yourself up from 1 to 3. That's right. And you can give yourself, your body some suggestions too. Maybe that's right. You're breathing in, you're feeling that oxygen running through me, giving me more energy. And bring yourself back up into the room with that energy you want to have. And I'll know you're ready when you open your eyes. Okay, great. Now, how do you feel?
I feel great. That was,
Oh,
I feel like it's a very floaty feeling. Like, it's not like I feel like, it's like your heart is like, it's not like you're like, I'm ready, as in it's almost like it's going to be a natural thing to just step into doing whatever you're doing, I guess. Yeah, that's very cool.
good. Now, I want you to be able to do this whenever you like. So this time, I'm not going to say anything. Or if you'd rather, I can give you a couple of keywords as you go down the 7 different steps. But if you want, you can just do it yourself. What would you rather?
Keywords.
Okay, I'll give you some keywords.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'll just be the 7 steps. And again, this is one of those things where if it doesn't come exactly at the right time that you want, you can adjust it. This is what's great, is the more you do hypnosis, the more you can just sort of skip over things that you go, you know what, I'm already there. I've already passed that step. I don't need that anymore. So there you are. You're sitting comfortably. You've set your attention, your intention. That's right. You've got that focus of fixation, or that focus of awareness there that you're going to focus on. You're going to take those nice, slow, deep breaths in. And as you exhale, you'll say, relax, or deeper, whichever you like. And then you're going to follow that awareness down using your pencil or your breath or whatever that object of fixation is. And now you can deliver those suggestions to yourself in a nice positive way, filled with those expectations that you have of yourself. And after you've delivered those suggestions in a good positive way, you're going to count yourself up nice and easily, delivering any other additional suggestions you might have for the rest of the day. You're going to bring yourself back up whenever you're ready.
Very cool.
Great. So that's it. How about if we check in, like in a week or something like that, to see if you want to try anything different or something like that, or
Yeah, I'd
let
love
me
to.
know how it's working for you.
Okay, that's very cool. Thank you.
No, thank you, Laura. This is great. For me, I've got that zealousness of a convert. I can't believe that, you know, people aren't using it all the time. It's such a practical thing. Like if you exercise or if you watch what you eat, then I go, this is just, it's the same sort of thing. I just go, it's a great gift to have. And I'm also a believer in practicality. If I want to know that if it's having that effect that you're expecting it to, that you're going to be able to, you know, finish those projects, you know,
Okay.
more easily and more effortlessly. And to see, maybe sometimes it might need a little adjustments, or you might just go, you know what, I'm just finishing it one after another. So
All right.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
I'm super excited. I came in with no expectations, and now I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
That's good. And this is the other thing is like the experience of having of being hypnotized by someone else as opposed to hypnotizing yourself is sort of like the difference between, for me anyway, is like, you know, going out to a place for a nice fancy cup of coffee, or making myself a nice cup of coffee at home.
Yeah.
I can enjoy both experiences. And sometimes it's nice to have the barista give us a little sprinkle of chocolate powder.
Super cool. Thank
All right,
you.
Laura, thanks very much. We'll see
Okay, I'm
you
going to check
soon.
in.
Okay,
I'll
I
be in
can't wait.
touch.
Right, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Whoop. Oh, and so, sorry, and we're just going to go there. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think that was really useful. It might have been a little long for some folks, but if you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm going to put this up more or less unedited. So we'll enjoy it. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.